Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer has released, so if you have watched it, let's talk about it. Before we go into the details, a couple of quick thoughts. The trailer looks good. This is a movie I would watch on the big screen. It's very different from what Ant-Man began as. Although I understand why they did it, I'll miss little Cassie while watching this movie. If I may have one criticism about it, then that would be it seems that there was no hairstylist during the shoot of this film, which is why their hair is always a mess. Now, let's go deeper, focusing on tiny details of the trailer. I like the fact that even though we are seeing Ant-Man after Endgame, which was in 2019, his presence was always felt in the MCU. Credit to the quick mentions in Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. It seems that Scott Lang has been working hard to fix his reputation, transitioning from an ex-con to an Avenger. To know more about Scott Lang's character arc, please watch a video on this channel, the link to which I have provided. Scott succeeds in fixing his reputation, which can be seen in a funny scene at Baskin-Robbins, a clever tie-in from the first movie. He's not only made the employee of the century, but probably is also the face of the brand. That is, a lot of money. An interesting detail is the angry expression of his in the framed photo, hinting at how he was fired from the job and perhaps that's when this picture was taken. The next funny bit comes when an old coffee shop employee says to Scott, "Thank you, Spider-Man." The context would clarify why he says that, but I have a theory. I believe this scene happens immediately after Endgame. Scott thinks that saving the universe would be enough for him to be recognized. He is proven wrong. That's what motivates him to write a book and be a part of a podcast, etc. To fix his reputation and be recognized as the hero he is. The reason I say this is because the old man thanks him thinking he is Spider-Man. This means that people at that point still consider Spider-Man as a hero. This means this scene happens before the events of the Far From Home post-credit scene. Next, we see Hank Pym's house back to its old location. At the end of the second Ant-Man movie, they were on the run, so Hank shrunk his house and moved it to a beach. Now they no longer have to run, as all is forgiven. Talking of shrinking houses, Hank Pym's house and his office are unique architectural marvels. As you must know, when a house is built, a pit is dug deep below the ground level to have a strong foundation for the building, like the roots of a tree. But this can't work for Hank Pym's structures because he won't be able to shrink and move them around. He must have specifically told the architect and the builder to make the structures without roots. Apparently, even then those buildings are stable.
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this. It's like a satellite for deep space, but quantum.
A lot of questions here. Will the movie address the fact that Cassie Lang looks different? Unlikely. If we truly want to be accurate, then we have to assume that this story is happening in an alternate universe where Cassie Lang is a different person, perhaps because her mother is someone else. Cassie has made a satellite to communicate with those in quantum realm. Why? Perhaps it is to avoid repeating the unfortunate situation where Scott was stuck in the quantum realm. But then what people is she referring to when she says that they need help? Does this mean that she already has a suit and she has made a few trips down to the quantum realm where she met people in distress? This would be a contradiction to what Scott said to his daughter in Ant-Man 2, when she naively said that she should help her father fight the bad guys by having his back.
You?
Don't laugh. I'd be a great partner.
Oh, Peanut. Oh, you would be awesome. And if I let you, I would be a terrible dad.
To justify that, there must be a scene where Cassie wants a suit of her own, but Scott refuses as he does not want to put her in danger. To that, her answer is that she was always in danger when she had to navigate through life alone during the 5-year time jump. Since all actions have consequences, the satellite gets activated and sucks them into the quantum realm. What is this quantum realm? Is this some space that exists at a subatomic magnification but is present across the universe, multiverse? Or is it that shrinking to that size generates enough energy to open a wormhole and transport them to a weird universe where junk from all over the multiverse gets collected? The fact that they are able to breathe normally without a suit at that magnification means perhaps the latter is true. Or maybe someone built this place where they shrunk even air to make this place breathable. Laws of physics are wonky in this place, although it strangely seems to have gravity to keep them grounded. A diverse set of humanoid creatures live here. It is plausible that just like Hank Pym, there might be people from other planets and universes who might have invented their own Pym particle to get to the quantum realm. But the fact that they live there would probably mean that they are criminals and the quantum realm is their prison. So, Kang, the villain of this film, could be a prisoner who has rallied all the criminals to build an army to take over the multiverse. All he needs now is a way out of here. Speaking of Kang, I had a theory that the Citadel and the TVA that we saw in the Loki series exist in the quantum realm. This was to explain how the MCU timeline was physically visible around the Citadel structure. Let's see if we get any hints about that in the upcoming movie. One mind-boggling moment of this trailer is the scene where there are countless Scott Lang Ant-Men running towards something. One of them is a giant size that gets shredded while he runs. What's the context of that scene? Illusion? Time travel? Or have all the Ant-Men of the multiverse gathered in one place to defeat this Kang? One thing is for sure, Quantumania is less Ant-Man and more Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of questions are to be answered that will expand our imagination and understanding of this fictional universe. This is what I want from the MCU, and Ant-Man 3 seems to deliver exactly that. Hope the film stays true to the trailer. Thank you.